Hey guys, Metal Monkey here, and I'm bringing you another meta game here, and this is the Anders Arbiter versus Cutter Arbiter on Repository. This is probably the last game I'm commentating tonight. Honestly, you guys won't even know any different, but it's getting later here, and I've just been commentating so many in a row, and it actually gets pretty difficult after a while because it's tiring and you don't want to keep going. I don't know. Okay, so basically this is an unusual scenario, but it's definitely one that's worth mentioning. I'm still going to have to put another one of these for, well, if I get to it, a bit of versing a Cutter Arbiter on Repository, because in this game, this is the case where they don't go hogs. So if they're going to try to go for quick tank or, any sort of stuff like that, then you can match them just fine. And yeah, just basic, because Anders can out-tank a Cutter on this map. So if there's no hogs, if they don't go hogs, and they're just going to try to play defense with their Arbiter, then you should just go straight to tanks, and you'll out-tank them. However, if they were to go hogs, or if they were to go offense with their Arbiter, you may as well go hogs on offense with your Arbiter, and then transition into tanks if you feel like it, or go Goss. Just judge it by how the game's playing out. Because if you go hogs and they don't, then you're at that position of my Arbiters can out-building damage your Arbiter massively. And if you go hogs, then you can't hold a canny down tech, but they can't canny down tech if your Arbiter's on offense, because you should be able to deny it between your hogs and Arbiter. So that's the way that should work out. Now, I mean, he could technically down tech, but it would be a bit later, so you'd be able to hold it just fine. So, yep. You gotta play it by ear every time. And so here we go. I'm just gonna collect some supplies. Probably could have left those for my Arbiter, but I didn't. Gonna go reactor 4th on my main base this game, I believe. I'm not sure exactly what I'm planning on doing. Okay, I am gonna go 4th. Okay, yeah, no, I fully intended to go tanks this game. Because, then I'll be able to upgrade a pad right away when I get my... once I get my reactor up. I'm gonna do the legendary build. It's similar to... It's just a regular tank build. There's nothing to it. I was gonna go hogs, but I actually ended up canceling those when I see that their Arbiter's on defense. Because then my Arbiter's gonna be ahead. Like, why would I don't need to go hogs, and like, they're setting up, they're assuming I'm going hogs, and they're assuming I'm doing, like, if we made them play defense, that's enough right there. He actually raged the hog, like, he's so concerned that I'm going hogs that, I think that's a win right there. So I'm just gonna upgrade as many pads as possible right away, because I need to get my eco going somehow. Because I'm gonna fall a bit behind when he's got those bases. Well, since his bases are stronger. He didn't get those. Well, they're just getting those now. I was like, wow, why didn't they get those? But obviously they got them. So now I'm gonna go for station. Trying to pace myself like relatively about the same time as their cutter, because he's going reactor 4th on my expo base. It's fine. Because affording affording third's a bit much, and you could just do this. I'm trying to spam Y on that grunt to slow it down, or even to get around. But I'm trying to get this ghost, and I do. And now I'm gonna build a reactor and then go for VD. And you got to take advantage. You take advantage of the fact that you can build gremlins to stall for a push, but you want to start building tanks as late as possible without going too late. It's about being greedy when you're playing this. So we're being as greedy as possible, upgrading as many pads as possible, because we're not going to get to canny for a while. And we know this. We're going to be single pumping regular stock tanks and mixing in some gremlins to hold a canny down tank push if they go for it, or basically just 2 gremlins to hold their first push. And then we don't bother with gremlins ever again, because gremlins are not a worthwhile investment when they have an Arbiter. So he's just massing stock. We played him another game. They massed canny. not canny, they mask canny with a canny down tech. And I was able to hold it just fine with the gremlins because the defender's advantage is so large on this map, and gremlins will just destroy everything because they're overpowered. And we have a cubby lead because their cubby's sitting on defense, still trying to build grunts. We killed a pad, and he even has to build a turret, so it's like, okay, we're ahead. That's cool. And you're gonna have to stay on station for a while because there's no real other way to do it. And I am building. Yeah, I'm basically, by upgrading pads, I'm trying to compensate for the lack of the extra pads for my lack of extra pads because the cutter has the fortress base, and I just have to get units out right now. Just spam units to stall. I did get fortress there, and I want to go tech 3, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. He's not going tech 3, so I'm not going to go tech 3 yet. I think I'm going to wait until I see him going for his tech 3 to go for mine. So I'm just going to keep building as many tanks as possible. He's trying to double pump, I'm singling, but single with the gremlins will easily hold a double. Especially because it's not canny. So we're not worried about that. He is trying to push, so I did queue up gremlins. That's you kind of wait with the gremlins, and so Uhu's kind of rage down and kills any tanks he can, because any like extra damage is good. So he does kill a tank. He does have they bought some of the sentinels on their way over, but they're trying to push with like no tanks. We're trying to go summits because that'll put us in the best spot because we have a cubby lead. When you have a cubby lead, double summits just the way to go. And I'm just trying to get as many tanks out as possible. I have 2 right now, and he's got that 1 tank right there. I think he has another, but I don't know if it's in here yet. Anyways, they're trying to kill our summits, and that would be like really good. And they did everything they're supposed to. If I was going Goss, but I'm not going Goss. They haven't even seen this yet. Now they've seen it. Like, this is the first time they're even recognizing that I'm going tanks. And besides, we have an arbiter. They should have thought that if he was being that careless with his arbiter that we weren't going hogs, but obviously they didn't see that. So I'm gonna have to debomb, but I can easily fight in the debomb and out of the debomb. I just got to make him recall pretty much, which I do. He probably could have run out and stayed alive, but then my arbiter would have been back out the next time, and I can still kill his tanks. Like, he wouldn't have been able to get back in here and do anything significant because my armor beats the tanks just fine. Because the gremlins are overpowered, and it's ridiculous. So we took a little bit of damage there, but still fine. And I've got a double depot up, and I was trying to save for candy because I need it really badly. And we're gonna get summits, and we're gonna build banshees, and we're gonna get our arbiter, and yeah, it's just this is the fun part of the game where you just build up and mess with units. I have that 1 hero hog over there, and I'm just trying to check to see if he's on summits or not, and we see that he isn't, I don't remember. Either way, I'm just gonna send that hog down just to scat a bit. And now I'm paying for my tech 3. Should have paid for it before that other tank, but whatever. Doesn't matter that much. And I just want to stay relatively close by. And he is on a single summit, and he's going to try to go for vamps in a single. That's fine. We don't worry about single summit. Single summit means, oh, I'll just build preemptive vamps if I have to. It doesn't mean that they're going to have like mass banshees. When they double summit, then it's like, oh, okay, I should probably counter that. And if they don't build any summits, then sometimes, well, if they don't build any summits, then you can go double summit. Or unless they have tech 2, then obviously you're going to want like 1 summit. And arbiter mercs generally have a single summit in rage. But if you... I've had some games where we both just go solo rage just for the hell of it, because it's funny. Well, it's not funny, it's just fun. So, yeah, I mean, obviously it shouldn't end up like that, but if it does, then It's like a gentleman's agreement just to go solo rage. I've had games with limits like that. I just think it's funny. So I don't want to just I really don't want to like upgrade those pads on the outside of my base because I don't want to be able to like push in and kill those really quickly. But I do have to upgrade them. I do have to get some eco going. I mean, I do have 6 upgraded pads, so that's all set. That's another good thing. But it really is all about just getting your numbers up without sacrificing production. And I got to get to power turret, but I have to make sure that I have enough canning because I don't want to be in a position where they can just push and kill our stuff before I power turret researches, because that would be real problematic. And it's hard to commentate this. This is just the boring part of the game. I'm building units and trying to sit in position and know where they are. We should have a scout at the bottom, but we don't. That's as much as it is. Yeah. Let's get those gremlins in position. Oh, they're there. Okay, cool. 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks. I have 7. Alright. Was that 5? Maybe it wasn't more than that. Okay, whatever. Either way, I'm gonna stun him, because that's always fun. And I think I can use Arbiter somehow. Kind of, sort of, ish. Good thing I'm blocking my Arbiter from getting through. And you just gotta make sure that you keep your tank production going. And you should be able to hold this up just fine, because we have more tanks. If we can get through. No, can't get through. That's nice. Trying to get my Arbiter through, finally gets through. That's always good. Thinking about the cryo. Decided not to, and then he dropped his D-bomb. I was like, oh, okay. That's fine. So our Arbiter's actually gonna live, because living is good. And he's gonna recall back to the base just to be safe. And I'm gonna throw him heal eventually. But we're just gonna push the tanks off. Didn't have to let him have to take that damage. I'm actually gonna try to go for PT right here, because I feel like they're done pushing. But obviously he doesn't feel like he's done pushing, and so that was a real mistake in this game. Should have just kept massing more. But either way, yeah, it just didn't really end up mattering in this game. But this is why you don't go for PT while you're getting pushed on, or before you have like full pop. This is why you don't go for PT. Pretty clear. I've been trying to like pay for power turret for the longest time. But anyways, yeah, I still have good numbers, but I just took so much damage while I was trying to go for power turret, and that would have been better spent into more tanks. Simple. But I'm trying to build a tank, not a turret. I'm going to get a 3rd depot up temporarily just to get more tanks out for a while. He went all out into those vamps. Like, he was like, oh, I really need vamps. I don't know why he thinks he needed so many vamps, or why he wasn't building banshees or anything, but either way, it's fun. So I can't actually deal with those banshees right now, and I just have a few tanks. So it's about time to just kill the tanks and then try to base trade, because I don't have what it takes to, like, if we sit back, they're so far ahead that I don't have a chance. Like, there is no chance of dealing with those banshees once he gets them, because we don't have any. I can't put money into building Wolverines. Like, that's just not gonna work. All I can do is mass up as many power turret tanks and then just try to push. And try to kill them. Just try to push through them. I gotta push on their cubby base so that he can't get any more air out, any more banshees primarily, not just vamps. Killing all these vamps, that's fun. But he's just starting to come in through with quite a few banshees now. And the banshees, I click and I see like, oh, those repeating cannon. Okay, we have a big banshee problem. There's no such thing as a slight banshee problem when they're repeating cannon. Does not exist. So instead of just sitting there and trying to defend that, I'm just gonna go push. Because sitting here and defending from repeating cannon is pointless. I have 2 wolves, well, 1 wolf, 1 building, and I have no choice but to defend with the wolves and push with the tanks and wolves before he gets too many banshees out. Because let's be reasonable here, my arbiter's not about to get back in the game anytime soon. So, I mean, why not? Let's make things more fun. Everyone loves base trades when you don't have air lead. I love base trades when I don't have air lead. I think they're more fun. I think it's just something spectacular. I mean, it's great. I do it all the time. Base trading without air lead. It's really smart. So I have 2 wolves, and I don't know if I built a 3rd one. I don't think I do. I think I'm like, okay, 2's enough. And I think it's about time to push. Because pushing, nope. Come on, push. I guess pushing's overrated. Yeah, pushing's overrated. Why would I ever want to push? He decides that he's gonna poke him with his tanks here, and that he's gonna leave because he doesn't want to fight my tanks. Because I don't know why he's nowhere near power turret. That makes no sense. But he's decided that he's nowhere near power turret, so he's never gonna go power turret. I don't understand. It beats me. All right. Come on, tanks. Let's go push. Because I can't save that base. I can't save Oops' base over there. That's a dead base. Or any time wasted over there, it's not worth it. So, that's what I'm doing. That's why I have all this pop. Okay, I'm getting a bunch of Wolverines because I can fight his tanks, but I can't fight those Banshees. And volley will be my saving grace here. That's the goal, at least. So we're gonna push on the base, and hopefully I can kill that base, even though he's ahead in this base raid because he's already killed that base. And their tanks are out of position because he was trying to push, and now I'm gonna get right in front of this base, because when you're sitting right in front of the base with like 3 volley Wolverines at least, that means that no more air units can come out. He can't get any more Banshees, he can't get any more Vamps or anything, because they get instantly shot down. And yeah, a bunch of power turret cancer shells and Wolverine volleys, and we're good to go. So I got 6 tanks, well, 5 tanks. Oh no, the tank got out of there. The Wolverine did. That's what. Okay. So I got 6 tanks and 5 Wolverines with volley, and I killed a cubby base, and they've killed 2 of my base. No, they haven't killed 2 yet. They've only killed that 1 base, and they're gonna kill another one, but not yet. I thought it's a fortress base. Legendary fortress base will prevail when he's only on station, as always. And he's trying to get a turret. I don't understand that. Nope's just raging his money away, trying to kill as many Banshees as he can, and not bother rebuilding. I love going for base trades just because they're fun. Makes things more interesting, right? Basically, if I didn't go for power turret, then we push them off easily and we still win. I played the other game and didn't go for power turret in the middle, and I handled it just fine. So yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one, dude. I don't know if I can do it with a base trade down here. I'm like, no air. They have all the air. How can you possibly win a base trade when you don't have any air, and they do, and they're ahead of you? Well, it's because I have power turret, but I mean, I'm going to keep a few wolves back defending that expo so that he has to bring his tanks to kill it. And I'm going to keep a few wolves with my tanks, and that should be enough to defend the tanks and the base while I kill this main base. And I should be able to kill this relatively quickly, and I'm just going to keep trying to knock down all of his Banshee numbers. I want to make him spend as many Banshees as possible to kill this base, because he can't rebuild them. And I mean, obviously my tanks are left alone, but at this point he doesn't have that many Banshees, so my tanks can fight those. And I was just saving money up before this base trade, so I'm all set. I don't know what their eco is like, and they don't know what mine is either. So it's always a fun game. So now I'm just gonna go and try to buy that one base over there. Let's bring my wolves back over. I mean, the base has got a building on it. He's gonna kill it with wolves. No, he's gonna kill it with banshees. He's gonna kill it with banshees, but he's past that point. And so the only thing that's gonna kill the base is tanks. Well, our tanks. And so I'm just gonna buy another base, and I'm gonna go push because I gotta kill their bases. I realize I can't actually fight his army, unfortunately, because now I'm all Wolverines and no tanks. So I'm gonna try to canny a free tank off. Wasn't very free because obviously I got cannied back. So that wasn't good. Because him losing one tank and me losing one tank is bad, because his tanks are canny and mine are power turret. So every tank I lose is much worse. So I'm going to push with the Wolverines, and I'm going to go here with the tanks and run in circles with tanks while I use my Wolverines to go deny their bases. And I should be able to do some damage, but I don't know. I was just hoping for something, and I found this outpost base. Yep, that's good. I like that my guys got caught pretty badly there. Don't even kill one of his tanks; he kills another one of mine. That's not good. Yeah. It's good that volley is really strong. So I mean, just got to keep my tanks alive to help deny bases. That's all I can really do. I didn't get the delete on that base in time. So I didn't get the money back I wanted that Canny's hit before. So I really only have money to buy one base instead of two, which is unfortunate. But I can still buy that base, so it's all good. Ah, there you are. You and your banshees. So we buy that base, and we found Orange's base, and we're gonna kill Orange's base because volley is really strong. And we've decided that keeping a base is overrated, and that we want to just buy bases now because I can't actually hold a base if he pushes on it, and I can't actually kill a base. Not kill a base. Can't buy a new one if he kills it. So I've decided that I'm just gonna take that base and kill this. Oh, here's his tank. That's not good. This is what I wanted to avoid, was running into his tank. But I've killed his base, and I don't know if he's got money to buy a new one. I'm just hoping he doesn't. And so I've defeated their covey, but obviously his Unicy the Unicy can easily beat me with his stuff. So I mean, all he's got to do is he's just got to buy a base and defend it. But I'm not buying a base because I can't afford to rebuild one. So I'm just gonna keep stalling the timer. If I had the extra 1,000, I wouldn't lose any time on my lost timer, which would be nice. But I don't. And so I'm just gonna push up the top side over here, and I'm just hoping that he doesn't have the space built up yet, or he doesn't have his tanks guarding that back base, because there's nothing I could do if he's got his tanks guarding that back base. And I push in here, and I see his tanks I see his tanks right there, and I'm thinking, oh crap, he's just defending his back base, so I was about to resign. And so just as I'm about to go push the resign button, we actually get a stroke of luck here, and he gets defeated. He didn't have enough money for another base. He was probably at like 499 or something, which I think is just hilarious. But either way, that's how you do this matchup when they don't go hogs. You can just go tanks and beat them at their own game, because the defender's advantage is so huge on this map. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. I might actually commentate another one. See you guys.